Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and today we're going to be playing some more 2022 Standard, the new queue on Arena, with new cards from MTG's Dungeons & Dragons Adventure into the Forgotten Realms set. So we played a bunch of decks yesterday, it's really fun. There is no Eldraine, there are no companions, there are no rogues. Kind of all that overpowered stuff from the last year and a half is gone right now. So we're going to be trying out a few decks today. Up first is Elves, Herald, and his crew. So what we have in this deck, it's an Elf Tribal deck. And what we're trying to do is spam the board, go very wide, and then use an Anthem effect on something like Elvish Warmaster to pump up the jams. So Warmaster makes an Elf every time one or more other Elves enter the battlefield under our control each turn. And then for 7 mana, they get +2/2 in Death Touch. Jaspara can ramp us. Dusk Wielder is just another 1-drop for the deck that we could boast to get some sort of reach. Tajaru Paragon is an elf that if we kick can also have some card advantage. Skemfar insulates us against board wipes. Realm Walker is an honorary elf and lets us play elves off the top. Herald lets us kind of self-mill or self-reveal and then find cards. We can find elves, sagas, I think, or Tyvar. So we can find elves or Tyvar. Tyvar is the Planeswalker. Some of these cards we just haven't played with that much, given that they haven't really made an impact on Standard or Historic currently. So Tyvar is actually really good in an elf shell. Makes all our elves tap for black mana, can put counters on. The 0 can just keep making tokens. And then the emblem is pretty much like go to town. Each of your elves gets haste. You draw cards when they come into play. Really solid overall. We have Herald unites the elves, so we mill and reanimate, including our planeswalkers. Our elves all get a bonus, and then all our elves, whenever an elf attacks, we get to put them -1/1 counter on a creature on the turn. So it could be a one-sided board wipe. And speaking of one-sided board wipes, we have something like Crippling Fear, which we can name elves, all our creatures are safe, and then we can one-side our opponent. Finally, One of Toski. Nice card in this deck. We're going wide. Each of our creatures can draw cards when they deal damage. And then what we have is a Snow package with Faceless Haven. I went Snow over the Snarl. I hate Snarls. I don't think they're very good. But Faceless Haven's very good. I don't want to go too heavy on the Faceless Havens because we still want to hit our color requirements. May want to go up to 3, but then we also have Lair of the Hydra, the new creature land from the D&D set, so I want to try out one of these as well. You can pay green and an X, and it becomes an XX Hydra till end of turn. The one card that was like on my short list that I cut was, where are you? The Lord. Canopy Technician. I don't think the ramp is relevant at like 4 mana. Like you're not really going to ramp at that point, and the Lord effect is kind of late coming at that point. I just think Toski is a better fit with Crippling Fear. So that's the deck. We are going to try it out in just the play queue right now. I'm still trying to figure out like what the meta's like, how to build decks, stuff like that. So want to play around a bit, have some fun, and then we will go to more kind of competitive decks, or at least play ranked. I'm fairly high mythic. I got to like 220 or 230 yesterday, so don't want to fully tank that record, just brewing right now. But let me know in the comments what decks you've been playing, what's been fun in this format. This hand is a keep. So these you usually want to play out first because they come into play tapped later on. Okay, looks like we have a mirror. So this matchup will really depend if they have Warmaster out as well. So our curve's looking pretty good. It looks like we're going to go Warmaster into Tajuru. Actually, we can go Warmaster into Herald Unites the Elves. Okay, they're on Abzan, so they can be playing Rally. Oh, okay, so they're not Elves. Is this like a fight spell? Kabira Takedown. Okay. Interesting. Well, I'd rather you Kabira Takedown that than my Warmaster. They are elves with just monk. I think we're just going to keep building out our board here. No kick here. So what we're looking for is like a Tyvar or some sort of lord. Okay, they are elves. They just threw in a Monk of the Open Hand. So this will be useful. No blocks. Great. This like the final chapter, we could one-side them. So let's get Herald. Let's get Tajuru. And then next turn we can kick Tajuru. No attacks here. All our stuff gets a buff next turn, so I'm okay with that. Flooding out a bit, but we do have... Okay, so they are playing Canopy Technician. We are getting to the point where our War Master will trigger. Do I care about 8? I think we take 8 this turn, or I might just block 1 here. So it's second War Master. I think we just do this, set ourselves up. Next turn is when we wipe their board. They do have enough to do a pump, so we need to be mindful of that. They go second Tactician. So 3, 4, 5 mana. So we can take the Lords off the battlefield. It's actually not too bad, but like, is it worth stretching the mana? Oh, they're playing Drizzt as well. Okay. We just need to survive this turn. That has Menace. So that's 6, 11, 14. I have to put 1 more block. That's 8, 11. And then we just try to board wipe them. So if I do this, we're actually 1 mana short, which is a little annoying. I could tap 2 Jasperas. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, so X4. Well, we'll figure out if this is lethal. Whole bunch of triggers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triggers. We get rid of their blockers. Okay. Interesting take on theirs. So we kind of went Abzan versus Golgari there. Still don't know if I'd love the Lord there. Like, it got him a little bit ahead with the buff. maybe we play it. I just think, like, you're probably better off in most cases. Okay, sounds good. Just like drawing cards and playing more elves. Go to War Master, into Skemfar, into Herald. Boast can just kind of give some chip damage in here and there. Okay, so this could be the mono white book prison, or just maybe Orzhov something or another. So the question here, I think we're just doing this. I want to get Herald down. The earlier we get that down, the better. And I'm opting to go with this. It's fine. Just because this doesn't trigger off itself dying. It's another elf. Jeez. Just block like control. I don't have enough to activate Faceless, so I'd rather they just don't know what I drew for the turn. If I had the amount to activate it, I would. Give me a good hit. Realm Walker is nice. Drawing another land for turn, not the greatest. I'm fine with this if they want to do this trade. They don't. The last part of this saga is actually pretty good. It's mono removal here. Okay, they are with that race life. I think now we play this. Drains you. So this is actually a good test for the deck. Like, this type of matchup where they're just removal, removal, removal is something that Elves struggles with. We haven't been able to really stick a threat. Ha! Be humiliated. The one thing is this gets around. So what we need is a snow land. Or they just have more mana. Is Valky just gonna solo us? So we'll kick here. Try to get some card advantage. It's actually interesting. I think we still go Realm Walker. And just hope they don't have another Humiliate in hand. No blocks. Either to me that suggests they have another Valky or they have a board wipe. Yeah. So I think we set up... I think we do this. Fire up the Haven. Keep the Crippling Fear. So they could trade with my Tajuru, but I want Realm Walker back. And this is just where, like, a lot of our cards replace themselves. Kaya.
There's no job too tough for me to handle.
exile there.
You go.
Oh. The plan was good enough last turn. Let's do it again. Kaya can't minus here, so I think we just go face. Make them have it. They have to block here. And then we get to draw a card. Now we have 2 lethal land threats. Snarls are bad. Alright, that was pretty sweet. Opponent was just kill your thing, kill your thing, kill your thing, try to win with a Valkyrie. Kaya doesn't do enough on its own. Like, it's basically a down tick, remove one thing, but then it just sits around there. Like, if I could ignore your 5-mana Planeswalker, then, like, yeah, you can kill one thing, and it's flexible there, but play most cheaper removal. His hand's a keep. Basically, if you can go, like, War Master on 2... Ooh, we got a Millie. A Miller. There's that Tashida's something something. Oh, double crab. Okay, our deck does not feature removal. Herald, and then just do some Herald Unites the Elves, so hopefully hit a land here. The thing is, these stonewall us pretty well as... And then the 3 mana, so it's Tashida, that's the deck we're going to be playing next. It's Mills, so it reveals cards until you hit CMC of 20 or more. Okay, we got both our Tyvars in the graveyard. Oh, they got Scavenger. Okay, that's also, like, low-key terrifying. Let's just get Realm Walker. They got us on a 4-turn clock, and they're dealing with this mill. Rogue class. Hopefully it's not a land. 3 Rune Crabs in a 10 cards on top of your deck. Oh, we need to hit some lands for Herald to actually work. I mean, you're probably going to lose most games where you don't have removal and it's 18 cards. Technically, I could have played into Crippling Fear, but we get 18 cards that turn. We still need to hit both a land and Crippling Fear, and they're likely between the life gain. We're on a 2 to 3 turn clock regardless between the mill and the attack, so just draw like a god. I like these lines so far. Probably go Skemfar. Let's go to Jiro. And we'll go Realm Walker. Burning Hands. Those hands are so hot. We name Elf. Probably just play Toski next turn if this is the the dragons list. They're gonna have a hard time dealing with it. And then that lets me, actually, let's play out both, because if they kill one, I can just play Toski next turn and then draw. This lets me play tapped. If I could play both, then I would, but I want to maximize my mana for when I get this out. So they get sciences. So they actually can technically. Okay, I draw a card. That exiles. Ooh, okay. I see you, opponent. But can you beat a Toski? You probably could beat a Toski. Not enough there. So I'm doing this first. I want to see all the information I have for the turn. Play off the top as much as possible here. We might still be able to race, but I need either like a Jaspera Sentinel to block for a turn. If they have like another gold span, then I'm in trouble. Another sweeper is also rough. We can also just start taking extra turns or Magma Opusing me. Tap down my stuff. I think I'm gonna play Herald from hand. I'm trying to find a Planeswalker. Jaspera. Yes, please. Let's go to attacks first. What do you got? What do you got? Just burn. You have Magma Opus. So the nice thing about this is it actually puts us at 13, which offsets, although we take a damage anyways. Never mind. I was gonna say it takes us off the clock there. I want my squirrel. Probably lost here. Yeah, lost. Disruption plus pressure. The divide by 0 tempo play just didn't see our Planeswalker. Planeswalker would give us recurring reach, which is important. I wonder if Spider Queen could play in this deck. We have a lot of stuff dying. It's pretty easy to ultimate. Something to try out. Like, we're drawing cards. I just think Goldspan's probably one of the best things you could be doing. Like, none of the removal really hits it that well. We need lands, but let's try this. I would like a land though. May I have one land? Looks like the Is It deck again. Apparently lands are not our friends. So they're kind of incentivized to hit the War Master first, but if they hit Skemfar, we don't draw the card. I'd probably kill Skemfar anyways if I was them. Drawing mono 4-drops, a little unfortunate. Yikes. Interesting they chose to main phase that. Ooh, Flash Dragon. Okay, so we hit our land, unfortunately it's tapped. Probably go Herald here. Goldspan next turn. That resolves. We've seen 5 lands, 4 of them are the same Woodland Chasm. Oh, this might be Demi-Lich deck. Goldspan-y. We have 4 mana open. Attack first, see what they do. Stuff's resolving. I think I want Skemfar. Full cast Behold the Multiverse. Top 2 is frightening for sure. Could be an extra turn spell. Seen him ditch 1 already. I don't think the Turtle Dragon's that good in the deck. Alrins. Yep. Could just be seeing another Alrins. Show me the counter. Okay, expressive. It's not an Alrins. So here. I think we need to. So I can play this, I can untap it. I have 6 mana, that's these Goldspans just getting around Crippling Fear has just been such a beating. Probably have a counter. Yep. And like here, between Prismari, they drew 3 Frostbites, but they also cycled through their deck a lot. Yeah. Like we're beating the other decks. Like that mill one, they drew pretty godly. Flyers seems to be a big problem, so something to keep in mind. It's typically an issue even in Historic for Elves. They can ground up the board pretty, like the ground pretty well, but then they die in the air. Let's try this out. No black mana yet. We need 1 more mana for Tyvar. This new animation's kind of annoying with the lands. Like every land shocks in like it's the pay 3 lands. Okay, Can we stop drawing 4-drops and just... This tail end of our set, we started off pretty well and just like had some reasonable draws, but now we're just getting clunky as hell. Is that Doomscar? Freaking hell. That would have been a great chance to get Tyvar down. Esper. Seems ambitious with the mana. Thank you. So maybe they're playing Kaya. Like, so at this point in the game, Kaya is actually really good. Because it could control most of my board. Tyvar just keep making dudes. I'll be pretty good. I think what I'm gonna do, we'll attack.
Strike like the cosmos serpent.
We'll do this. I don't want to run this into removal right now. Drawing this in like a control matchup's not great. Tyvar here.
This fight isn't worth it.
I think we're cool trading if they want. I'm waiting to play this Tyvar out. Like, it's worse if they have Doomscar, because now we don't get the 4/4 after. But the way we're kind of drawing this game, it's a little off. No counter. Saw it coming. Drawing a bit awkward this game. Could see Doomscar out of them. Probably gonna have to start firing up this Faceless. Or not. Herald! So this is actually really interesting, because Realm Walker technically is card advantage, but given the amount of removal they've had, I think I want Tyvar here. Because this is harder for them to likely remove. We've seen 2 board wipes out of them. And if they have like another Skyclave, we can attack into it. Blot out the sky. Interesting. We'll name Elves.
Come on, we can do this.
We'll get in for an attack here. Play Jaspera. Actually surprised we got some use out of this in this matchup. Is this a playable card? Like, them coming in to play tap, I guess you have to get the 6 mana. You got me. Feed the Swarm's interesting. Like, you'd think you'd want to value your life total. Also, just not coming in at instant speed. Let's do this. I think I want to try for the ultimate here.
I believe we can be heroes.
Plus this just makes it a little bit bulkier of an attacker. Blot out is 8 mana they need, so 2. Okay, that's a card. Just gets death touch till end of turn. So that's gonna get hit anyways. I think I'm willing here if they want to trade an angel. If not, I get 4 points of damage in. I think we just go wide here.
There's enough glory for all of us.
Like, we can't trade in combat with it. So it's like Esper control with your Emeria and stuff as a win condition. This doesn't kill it anyways. The more they focus on this, I can build my board. If they sweep here, I'm still in a good spot with Tyvar. This, so I have 2, 3 with the bows, 4, 5, 6. So I can make another dude. Probably just making another guy. Another elf.
They will remember our names together.
Keep the card in hand. No point. We have all the lines we need. It's fine. So they either need another removal spell here. Get that. Hell of a draw. And now we're dead. I can't beat 4/4s. Alright, so interesting things with the deck, but I think this Elves deck still struggles from a lot of the same problems. Flyers are a weakness, as well as any sort of sweepers. Goldspan Dragon is probably going to be one of the most played cards in the set, in this format, and not having a clean answer to it. You are playing like a synergy deck, so you can't really afford to play much removal. Something we could consider is Blizzard's Brawl, but again, we're not making too large of creatures where it kind of becomes a problem. But if you're playing into like a lot of little kind of creature mirrors that aren't flyers, it's probably a decent deck to try out. But let me know what you think, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.